Election integrity is really the centerpiece right now of a lot of the division that's in America. One side wants to say there's nothing to see here in either the 2016 or 2020 election. The other side wants to say that things were fraudulent and a lot of mismanagement of the election system. And until we solve that, we're not going to pull this country back together. West Virginia has had excellent elections. We haven't had problems. We haven't had lawsuits. We haven't had voter complaints about the process. The 2020 election, we saw 802,000 people out of 1.1 million voters, second highest in state history. And it's because we've done a good job through the legislative process of balancing access with security. The best way to vote, the most secure form of voting, is to vote on Election Day in person at a precinct under the watchful eye of people from different political parties observing the process, and that's your most secure form of voting. They said the worst form of voting, the most susceptible to fraud, is the mail-in ballots. Well, that's why we need to get back to voting on an election day, and only if you have a reason, a good excuse, do you vote early or vote by mail. Ranked choice voting is a concept that sounds good on its face because what it does is it's intended to get away from a runoff election. And so the idea would be, let's say you have 5 candidates, and so you would rank order the one you like the best first, and then the second best second, and the one you don't want down at 5th. And so then if your top person doesn't make the cutoff, then that goes away and your second choice counts. And so again, in theory, it sounds neat, but there's also gamesmanship that occurs. Here's the danger of it, okay? First of all, what if somebody doesn't vote all 5? What if they vote for 1, 2, and then 5, but they go off 3 and 4? How does 5 move up to 3? What if you really kind of like 5, but you're afraid he or she is going to compete really with your top choice? It would really be your second choice, but I'm going to put them down at 5 because I don't want them to get the vote on the second round, that kind of thing. So there's too much gamesmanship that goes into the whole process. Very confusing for the voters and for the election workers as well. And the idea, I think even the proponents of it, they say, well, this gets rid of those extreme people on either side. Well, sometimes you want a conservative or you want the liberal or the progressive on the other side. In our system, it's designed for iron sharpens iron. You get 2 competing principles, politics, people or personalities, and let them go at it. And if you want to, you can do like Georgia does, and that is have a runoff. If you have 3 people in the race, nobody gets over 50%, have a runoff. But trying to do it all at one time with the ranked choice voting system is very problematic. Our system, over time, 230, 40 years now, is 2 competing parties, and that's where you come up with your best ideas and the best, and we'll vote one in and see if that works, and if you don't, the next election you can vote the other way.